A lead comes into your business on a Friday night at 9 p.m. You can't always be there to respond. By the time you do on Monday morning, they've already chosen to go with somebody else that responded faster. And this is the reality for most businesses. The speed that you can get back to a new lead is make or break with winning them as a client. And that's where AI automation can come in. We can send personalized responses custom to their business, their size, their inquiry automatically, but even voice agents that sound completely natural to take them through the next step of that sales journey. And that's why today I brought on Finn from Minimize AI, who specializes in creating these speed to lead AI systems.
Yeah, hi guys. Thank you very much, Blake, for having me. So here I've got a form, and so this is what most people will have on their website where inquiries usually come in. Now, the main issue that most businesses have is the fact that after someone submits this form, it takes a while for a business to actually get back to them because we've got all sorts of things in a day that we have to do. And so sometimes getting back to a lead becomes one of the lower priorities, even though it shouldn't be. And so what this system does is it reaches out to people as soon as they fill in that form. And so I'm going to click submit right here, and you're going to see a text message pop up onto my phone in about 2 seconds. Please ignore the black dot. Awesome. So this text message basically says, hey Finn, thanks for reaching out. One of our team will give you a call in just a moment, right? And so you'll also see a phone call come through. Beautiful.
Hey Finn, it's Jess from Minimize. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Great to hear that. What made you reach out to us at Minimize?
Yeah, I was just interested in hearing what you guys do.
Nice one. We build tailored sales funnels for New Zealand businesses.
Perfect. So what that's going to do is it's going to keep the conversation going, understand what the lead is actually after, if they qualify, and then it will book them in directly to your calendar. So it has direct calendar integration. If, for example, someone doesn't answer that phone call, which is very unlikely if we're calling them as soon as they actually inquire, but if they don't for some reason, we've also got follow-up systems which are going to continue to re-engage with that lead to try and have a conversation and try and get them booked in for a meeting with the team.
And so unlike what people think about voice agents being robotic and American sounding, we can actually train them to have New Zealand accents like our own. In this video, Finn's going to break down exactly how they set up these for clients so you can do it yourself. Do you want to give us a little intro?
Yeah, so we're a team of 3 based across New Zealand. We chose AI simply just because we saw the opportunity, and we've now been building out these systems for the last 8 months. So I'd say we've got a bit of experience. Now, when we look at how time affects a sale, these 3 organizations did a study, a 3-year study, which shows how speed impacts lead outcomes. And the study included 15,000 leads across 6 different companies. There was 2 major things that came out of the study. The first was how speed affects making contact, so our chances of actually talking to the lead that comes through. And then the second was how speed affects qualifying leads. Now we can look at this first bit of data here. Essentially, if we reach out to someone within the first hour, we are 10 times more likely that they're actually going to pick up the phone and have a conversation with us. Now, this is kind of like flying on to, if we're going to talk to more people, we're obviously going to have more qualified leads that come through. And there's data to back this up as well. If we reach someone within the first 5 minutes, there's 30 minutes, we're 21 times more likely for them to actually be qualified. And an example of this would look like, okay, a lead fills in a form and we reach them, let's just say 5 hours after that they submitted that form. They're now thinking about dinner, they're thinking about friends, they're thinking about work or different things that are happening at work. And all of a sudden, your business or the outcome that your business can create is all the way down here on this ladder. And so for them, it's not really that important for them to make a decision right there and then. Whereas if we were to reach them straight away, they've just filled in this form. They've had this emotional burst of, okay, this business actually could do something for my life. And so we want to reach them while they're feeling like that, because the outcome your business can create is the most important thing on their mind at that moment. So to start off building this yourself, these are the tools that we're going to need. So we're going to need N8N, which is our automation software, Retail AI, which is our voice platform, Twilio, which is how we actually put a number on our voice agent, ClickSend is our text message software, and then Tally is what I'm using for form submissions at the moment. Could be anything for you guys, but I'm going to show you how to set this up with Tally. So first things first, we're going to sign up to N8N, and when we get into N8N, this is what we're going to see. We're going to click create workflow, and then we're going to come over to our speed to lead document, which is provided in the description below, and we've got this N8N workflow. The good thing about this is you guys can literally just copy this entire thing, as you can see, paste, perfect. So there's going to be these other three little things down here. We can get rid of these, and then we can make our way through the workflow. Just to give a really brief explanation of what these boxes are, these are called nodes, and each of these boxes are performing a different action. This first box, for example, is going to collect the data from our form and pass it through the workflow. So if we click into this, the only thing that we really need to worry about is making sure that this is post, and then we're going to click on this link right here, and we're going to go over to our form software. Now I'm in my form software right now. I'm going to create a new form for us. We're also going to go back to N8N. We're going to make sure we copy this link, and we're going to come back to our form. We're going to go to integrations, which there'll be an integrations tab on every form submission software or form software. So we're going to find a connection called webhook, and we're going to paste in that webhook that we just copied from N8N. Now we can come back to N8N and we can actually test to see if this is actually working. So we can go listen for event, then we can go over and we can fill in our form. And if we go back, what we'll see is there's been a submission and we've pulled through all that data. Now the next node is going to work for me specifically because this form is laid out the exact same way as the demo that I've showed you. If we go execute next step, it's going to pull my name and my phone number. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you can copy the JSON right here, and you can also copy this JavaScript. You can paste it in a LLM, so ChatGPT or Claude, and you can tell it, hey, try to pull my first name and my phone number. And what ChatGPT will do is we'll restructure this JavaScript so that you only pull through the first name and the phone number. Perfect. So we're already halfway through the automation. We're going to go into the next node. Just before we move on, just pause the screen and make sure you have these 4 parameters. So these are the parameters that we're going to need. The next step is signing up to ClickUp. So once we've signed up to ClickUp, this is what we're going to see. We can come down to developers. There's going to be a drop-down menu, and there's going to be a section called API credentials. Now you want to click on this, and then there's going to be another little box that says add sub account, and it's going to take you to the page that I'm about to show you. You want to fill in our details. So once we click add, it's going to provide us an API key and a username. So the username will be the email, and the API key will be the long string of numbers. Now then we want to come through into basic auth, and we'll be able to create a new credential. The username will be your email, and then the password will be your API key, and then we can click save. Execute, and success. I'm going to receive a text message. It's just come through now, and it says, hey Finn, thanks for reaching out. One of our team will call you in just a moment. Awesome. So we're halfway through the workflow. We've got the text message working. Now we just need to get the phone call working. Before we get the phone call working, we actually need to buy our number. So we're going to go into Twilio. We want to come down to a thing called regulatory compliance, and we want to click on bundles. Now inside of bundles, we've got a create regulatory bundle up here. We want to click on that, and what we want to do is we want to fill out this information. So we can start off by selecting New Zealand, select a number. It's going to be local. We're going to go next, and we're going to go through the rest of this information. So once we've finished this, up the top we're going to search up trunks, and we're going to click on Elastic SIP trunks. We're going to create a new SIP trunk, and for this sake, I'm going to call it demo. I haven't adjusted any of the little features or filters. We've saved it. Then what we're going to do is buy a number. We're going to search up New Zealand, and we're going to have all these options of numbers that we can buy down below. Buy a number. We're going to go next. We're going to go click business, approve bundle. So this will be the bundle that we just created, and we're going to assign an address. Lastly, we're going to configure this number. So we go configure with SIP trunk. We'll have the SIP trunk that we've just created, which will be demo, save configuration. Beautiful. So once we've created the number, I'm just going to duplicate this. So we're going to search up Elastic SIP trunks. We're going to go to our demo that we've obviously created. We're going to go to termination, So firstly, you will have nothing inside of here. So we can create this, doesn't really matter. It's going to have to be available. So it'll check availability. This is also going to be unselected. So we want to click default 1 and default 2, and then we can click save. Wonderful. We're going to copy this demo URL. We're going to come over to retail and sign up. Now this is the page you're going to land on. We want to go to phone numbers plus connect, and we're going to place in this termination URL that we just copied. Now we want to get rid of this space. Just make sure you do that. And then we're also going to go over and we're going to find that number that we just bought. I can copy this, take it into retail, paste that in and click save. Wonderful. So now we have saved it. We want to go over to agents and we want to create an agent. So once we create an agent, we're going to go into speed to lead, the document that I've provided, and we are going to go over to prompting and we're going to copy this prompt. Copy the prompt, paste it in, and I'm going to call the agent name Jeffrey. Then lastly, we're going to click publish. So once we publish that, we can give it a name. We also need to make sure that we connect the phone number that we've just created. I'm going to publish that. So if we go back into our phone numbers, we can see here the agent is assigned the number. Perfect. So the very last step is we need to go to our settings inside of retail. We're going to go to API keys key. I'm going to call it demo, save, and we've got the demo API key right here. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to go back to our NAN workflow. We're going to make sure that these are the specific parameters, and then we're going to create our new credential. We're going to name it authorization. Then we're going to go through and we're going to type BEARER space and then paste in our API key. So just to give you that in English, it's going to be bearer space API key. We can click save. The last step is ensuring that we have our correct information for our agent. So we're going to go back to retail. We're going to go through to our agent. We're going to click into our agent. We have this thing called an agent ID up the top. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste that in there. And we're also going to make sure that we have the right phone number. So we can copy that right now and paste that into NAN. And we can execute, and I will receive a phone call from the exact number that we've just set up. Hello.
Hey, Jeffrey here from Minimize. I saw you reached out recently. What caught your interest?
Wonderful. And that is the entire setup.
So that's the exact template you can use to build your own speed to lead automations using AI in your own companies. If you want help or these systems built for you, reach out to the Minimize guys in the description below. If you want help with AI transformation within your business, that's where I come in. I've helped over 15 companies right across New Zealand with AI education, use case identification, and custom development of AI tools. So reach out as well in the link in description.